Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here. It's June 30th and we are back for our live streaming after having been off on Friday. We spent the weekend with our good friend Tony Cipriano filming a new course on ZBrush, which is the digital sculpting software. Tony is a good friend of mine from 30 years ago. We go back, all the way back to Beauty and the Beast, where we worked together at Walt Disney Feature Animation. And Tony has since, over the years, become just a wonderful sculptor. He's done a lot of sculpting for the studios, a lot of toy sculpting, collectibles, that sort of thing. He was the sculptor for all of the maquettes that were done for Mulan and for Brother Bear, for our movie. And so he's gone on and done quite a bit of stuff. He's working for Universal right now. And so we went over and we filmed over the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We filmed his approach to working in ZBrush, which, like I said, is that digital sculpting software. And the character he sculpted was our polar bear from Snow Bear, which was really cool. So he took our poster from the production, and he turned it into a 3D image. And so these are some of the stills I wanted to show you on my desktop here. These are some of the stills that show you this here. You can do a little turntable, and there's our snow bear with there's our snow bear with his polar bear, or our polar bear with his snow bear. We've actually named our polar bear Glenn, as in Glenn Keane. So his name is Glenn, and he's there with his snow bear. And this is something that Tony did over the weekend, showing every step of the way, which is really great. And one of the cool things that you guys are going to get if you purchase this. Oh, the mic is staticky. Jeez. Can you check the connection on the mic? Nick's saying the mic's staticky. One of the things you can get if you purchase if you decide to purchase the how to use ZBrush course, is you're going to get all these files, which is going to be really cool. You can get these files and see how they're put together. You can mess with them, play with them, all that kind of thing. So that's something that's going to be coming out in the next few weeks. Nick has got it on his plate now to edit. It was a really great, pretty straightforward shoot, and so there shouldn't be too much editing involved. And so we're really excited to get it out to you guys. So that was Tony Cipriano. Look him up. He's a great guy, really good guy to follow as far as his art goes. You'll be blown away by his sculpts. And actually, we shot a really great interview at the end of the weekend in his garage studio, going through all of his different sculpts and everything else, and talking about the old days, and we even found a few things from other movies. So that was really cool. So what you doing there, Dustin?
It's still static.
Oh, is it really bad?
I mean, I'm going to unplug it, so we're not going to be able to hear you.
Okay, we're going to unplug this for a second.
Hopefully that didn't mess anything up.
Hopefully we're a little bit better. Are we a little better? Mic is on.
Mic is picking up.
And can you tell if I'm staticky? Hello, Dustin. How you doing? Am I staticky? Staticky? Oh, you have to wait for it to come through, right?
Yeah, latency.
You gotta wait for the latency. The latency. The latency. So anyway, so that was our weekend. It was a lot of fun. And so I'm gonna get rid of these.
Nope, it didn't fix it.
All right. Well, don't know what to tell you. We've been having problems with everything all day. So all of our equipment. Don't know what the deal is. Let's see. Today is going to be request day. I got it, Nick. Today's going to be request day. Let's see. Well, first we got to figure out our static issue. So, can we jump to a different mic? Can we jump to this mic?
Hand me the mouse.
Yep. We're going to jump to a different microphone if we can.
If possible.
That's what we're doing, Nick.
Mouse.
We're gonna try a different microphone. Hey, Achilles. Hey, buddy. How you doing, Achilles? Hey, good morning. Achilles is here.
That should do it.
Sounds like interference, he said. How's that sound? How's that sound? Hello, we're going to have this mic right here. So the only problem is they might not be able to hear you very well.
Hello.
Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Is that better? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Well, that's a long latency, huh? Yeah.
We're good.
Sounds better?
Yep.
That's better. Okay. Or the Tata's better. Nick wrote Tata's. Tata's, yeah. He got rid of, he changed the T and the A. Tata's. Tata's better.
Hello.
Well, I can always, because you don't really use this on me, do you?
No, I don't really.
Other than the mic. Oh my gosh, did you see me yawn? So I've lost 10 pounds in the last 3 weeks. That was a big milestone for me. I started out going after 75 pounds, so now I only have to lose 65 pounds. Getting better.
Almost there.
Hair's getting longer.
Yeah, I need a
Weight's coming off, hair's getting longer. So today's request day. So give me a request, you guys. Make it a good one.
Golden tiger. A pirate bear.
Pirate bear. Oh, a pirate bear. A pirate.
A pirate.
Pirate bear.
Rar me mateys.
I like pirate bear. Where's the mouse?
Got
it. Pirate.
Balrog from Lord of the Rings.
No, I'm not doing anybody specific.
We draw Toothless?
No, I'm not doing specific characters. We're going to make something up. That's the goal of request day.
Ooh, I know. Stitch. Pirate bear, the person.
I like the pirate bear. I like that.
Quokka warrior.
A Quokka warrior.
Try to make your own dragon design from How to Train Your Dragon.
No, not going to do it. Give me something original, people. So it's funny. You can't type in pirate without getting everything Johnny Depp.
Pirate bear, fire Pegasus, mammoth.
How about a blue transparent wolf with the skeleton inside, like a ghost wolf or a wolf spirit? Would that be like a ghost wolf, or would that be a wolf that has ghost skin and muscles? Because you can see his skeleton.
I have no idea. North American badger. Or a fire elephant.
A magic elephant grabbing a hair out of a hat.
A pirate bear with a rat companion. lot of pirate bear.
All right. Well, there's been several pirate. Are they all from the same person?
They're from different people, probably looks like.
All right. Let's do a pirate bear.
Somebody else said pirate quokka.
Let's do a pirate bear. We'll do a vertical. Ba, 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 ba.
Fucking tiger. Hyenodon? What?
All right. So here we go. Pirate sun bear.
Alright.
We're doing a pirate bear. Arr.
Arr, matey, arr.
Arr. We need reference. You never do this stuff without reference. I need a pirate. I just need a typical pirate outfit. I like that. I like that. Yes, I like that.
Yeesh.
Pirates of the Gulf Coast. So I'm just grabbing little bits of reference. Let's see what we got here. We'll have to, of course, we have to go with. We have to have a little bit of Pirates of the Caribbean influence.
Of course.
Of course.
Right,
But that's not original enough. But it is very, very pirate. You see what I'm saying?
How's the Birds of Prey course going?
Oh, it's going.
It's going
Birds of
pretty
Prey course
quick,
is
but
moving right along. Should he have a sword or should he have a pistol?
A blunderbuss.
A what?
A blunderbuss.
What's a blunderbuss?
It's a rifle that looks like it's got a cone sticking out the end of it.
What?
You never heard of a blunderbuss?
No, I've never heard of a blunderbuss.
Like, think a musket, but with a blown out end.
Oh, yeah, like
Yeah.
a big horn on the end of it.
Yeah. Instead of like a normal, ball that other rifles would shoot at the time, they just shove whatever is nearby them and just fire. So some ammunition ends up being rocks. Some ammunition ends up being pieces of used metal. Even forks and knives.
Yeah. Got a couple pistols here, blunderbuss pistols. There we go. I like it.
Yep, it was
I like it.
the early day shotgun.
There we go. Taking a few shots there. Instagram question. Can we see the reference that you pick and what you see while looking for reference? Yes. You know, hold on. Here we go. So here's... Doggone it.
Oh, come on!
There we go. Sorry, it got squashed. So here's what I'm looking at while I'm looking at reference. Typed in blunderbuss, and you get all these images. And so I clicked on these pistols. I like the pistols, so I got these right here, and I went ahead and frame grabbed some of these, just as a little bit of reference. Right there, and then I also did. I grabbed these guys. Well, let's just open them all. If you hear some pounding in the background, it's I've got bathroom guys here that are putting in a new bathroom for me. So I've got these images right here. These are guys from Tampa. Actually, I think they're from Galveston. But anyway, I think there's enough here that I can get a sense of what to put on, bandanas. Hey, you got to put a bandana on. You got to put this hat on there. You got to, it's all that kind of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to put that up here.
Yarr, matey.
Arr, matey, arr.
It's a Photoshop bug fix.
No, it's not.
No.
No. 'Tis not fixed, matey.
Maybe a bit of photo bashing today?
Nope. No photo bashing today. Gonna keep it all illustrative. Illustrative. Alright, it's time to put Nick back up. Oh, I gotta shrink it down to a quarter size my screen. This is a 4K screen. So when I put it up on my normal screen, it's full size.
We know the deep thoughts.
Alright. And there's Nick. Okay. First things first, let's go ahead and fill this guy in.
Are you using software to record the screen or a camera?
We're not using anything to record the screen right now.
We are currently using a software called OBS that is mirroring what he is seeing and is uploading it to you guys live. So
Ooh, sorry about the yawn. Holy moly.
yeah, we're on the same boat there.
Oh no, I'm not. I got a good night's sleep last night, so I didn't stay up late like you did.
Any update on the scholarship?
Nope, not yet, but we will have one.
Will we be doing a red pirate coat?
I haven't figured it out yet. Maybe. Let's see here. Want him to take a nice pose. I'm also thinking about his environment. Pirates have been so overdone. How do you keep it original? By making him a bear.
Making him a giant bear.
By making him a bear.
You forgot your coffee?
Oh, do we have coffee? Oh no, I didn't forget my coffee. I just didn't have time to make it. I stayed in bed till about 8:20, and so when it came time to get down here, I had to rush.
When you gotta rush, you gotta rush.
Kind of like this angle.
Can you add a Brother Bear reference into this?
No.
How about now?
How about no? Nope, no Brother Bear. We're going to keep this one original.
How about the wooden peg leg?
Oh, there you go. That's a good idea.
And maybe a gold canine that is visible because of a scar on its lip.
Let's see. What kind of bear are you basing it on? Probably a grizzly. Although it might be kind of cool to do a pirate polar bear.
I was just thinking that. A gold hoop earring?
Yes, there it is. Good idea. See, I like the suggestions coming in. Because I wouldn't have thought of the gold hoop earring. I would have forgot it.
Can you please add a capuchin
Monkey.
on his shoulder? Could you please? They have funny expressions. Why, thank you, Jack.
Yeah, can you do some nice
Of
impersonations?
well, it really depends on who you want me to impersonate. What kind of flag will he fly? A Jolly Roger or something different? Maybe a paw print? How about a penguin instead of a parrot on his shoulder?
Oh, if we do a polar bear?
Yeah.
Yeah, except the polar bear is Arctic, penguins are Antarctic.
What do you think of the flag question?
Oh, the paw. Yeah, I like the paw idea. I'm just kind of noodling out some.
Some rough ideas.
Yeah.
You're quite rough. What brush do you use for sketching and lining?
This is my Pastel C brush. This is from my original custom brush set. It's a brush that I created, and I love sketching with this brush. It's like sketching with a really soft pencil.
What about some dreadlocks? Or maybe a beard?
The dreadlocks part, I was kind of wondering if I should do it or not, because I was wondering if it would take away too much of the bear feel.
Can you give him a scar across the eye?
I could give him a scar across the eye. I could do that. See, I want to give him a longer neck. That's what he needs. To feel more bear-like.
If he's a pirate polar bear, will he be sailing through the Arctic?
Very nice.
Very nice. You could throw in a bionic arm to channel Dustin and mine's inner treasure planet.
How about no?
I wonder what it would have been like to have a mechanical arm.
We gotta bring all this down. We gotta bring our monkey down. Our monkey. Twitch question. Hey Aaron, first time watching live in awe of you, how you draw. Was never any good at sketching, considering a pen tablet to get back into drawing again. What would you recommend? Well, if you're just getting back into drawing, I'd recommend a drawing pad, a sketchbook. Don't invest in a big tablet. Get a drawing pad. Use some pens. It's the easiest way to do it. You don't have to charge anything. If you're just getting back into drawing, that's my suggestion. If you're back into drawing and you're doing it regularly and you know you're not going to stop, then go out and get a tablet after that. But I feel like you might be jumping the gun. See if you're really going to draw, if you first. See if that's something that you're feeling.
Which brush do you use to do the line art? Is it the same as the sketch?
Yes. Same one. What do you think of this pose? This expression in this pose?
I'm guessing he's having his arms crossed.
Yes. He's going to have this thing. Ta ta ta. Do you like Frank Frazetta's shot at animation with the Fire and Ice film? I'm not crazy about the Fire and Ice film. No, I love Frank Frazetta's work, but no, I didn't like Fire and Ice. There's too much rotoscoping for me. But I love Frank Frazetta. Frank Frazetta was one of my early influences when I was a kid, and I couldn't afford to buy any books. But I used to go. I used to go to the bookstore, and I would there was a little art section that had Frank Frazetta books, and I would go over there and just stare, and just go through these books and just really be in awe of the drawings. They really moved me a lot.
What artists did or do you now take inspiration from in your art?
There's a lot of artists. There's a contemporary artist that I just absolutely love right now is Jeremy Lipking. He's a really amazing artist, but there's close friends that I admire greatly. There's artists who are past artists that I love. I'm influenced by all kinds of art. All right, so we got a very yucky, rough sketch, but it's something. And I can now go in, knock this back. Are you feeling bare, or is it feeling too? I don't know. I gotta get the bare quality in this more.
Need more burr, more brag. Somebody's suggesting more jewels on fire.
That's a good idea. So I'm just coming in now, and I want to tie it down a little bit more.
When is the ZBrush course going to be ready, and what's news on Wacom One giveaway?
Well, the Wacom One giveaway, we got a little bit of a stall on that. We're going to try to have something ready by Friday, and the ZBrush course hopefully will be ready probably in the next 3 to 4 weeks, maybe 5 weeks. I'm going to move this eyeball in.
Did you work with Richard Williams?
No, Richard Williams has passed away, but I never did work with him. I wish I did, but I never did. I never got to. Surely he should be a black bear, as there's only one letter away from Blackbeard. Ah, that's a good point.
Bigger cannons, perhaps? Anybody else have any questions?
There we go.
What iPad model do you use?
What's that?
What iPad model do you use?
iPad Pro?
iPad Pro. Is that this year's or is it last year's model?
Last year's. Might be 2 years ago, actually, now.
Hi, Aaron. If I buy an animal drawing course and want to make a tattoo of one of the animals' faces you're drawing, is that okay for you?
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Knock yourself out. What kind of flag will he fly? Well, yeah, we already answered that question, but it's going to be, yeah, the paw print we thought was a good idea. Pirate trivia. Did you know that pirates wore earrings to cover the cost of their burials and or transport their bodies home if they die aboard? Many had the name of their home ports or call engraved on them. I didn't know that. The more you know.
The more you know. What normal brush should I use for fur?
You can use any brush for fur. It just depends on the look you're trying to go for. Any brush will work for fur.
Fur.
I've actually got fur brushes,
Ooh.
but I can use this brush for fur. So I'm just trying to give them a little bit of a look, you know?
A look?
A look.
Or just a glare?
Nick is saying you're too quiet because of the mic issue. Is there any way you can get closer?
I mean, I can probably get closer, but I need to move my laptop around.
Yeah.
I need to jump around.
Jump around. Jump around.
Jump up the get down. How would I do this? Ooh. Nah, that should be fine. I mean, the audio is only temporary. I mean, we'll be trying to fix the main microphone.
Just speak up when you're talking.
Okay, how's this?
Annoying.
Did you go to art school to be able to draw so good?
I did. I went to the Ringling College of Art and Design. Back when it was a lot cheaper than it is now. It's way overpriced now.
How long were you there for?
3 years. All right, so now we're getting a little bit of attitude, his demeanor.
Have you considered making 3D models or figurines of your characters?
Nope. At some point we will, though. I want to learn ZBrush myself, so it's kind of convenient that we got Tony coming in and doing the ZBrush course for us. So I'm going to learn it. I want to start doing some character stuff. And animal stuff, for that matter. Digital animal sculpts. There we go.
I was wondering if I might ever consider doing a live stream.
I don't care if it was better for the viewer. It's annoying on this end.
Huh?
Oh, Nick was saying that when you yelled, it was actually better for the viewer.
I was wondering if I might ever consider doing a live stream animation using Procreate.
I've done it before. I'll do another one soon.
Hey Dustin, do you have any video tutorials for photography? Not at the moment, but we are planning on something further down the road, probably sometime next year.
There we go. There. Get some nice dark around his eyes.
How did you get into Disney in the first place?
I Disney came to my school when I was in 1988, or actually in 1987, looking for interns. They wanted to find art students outside of animation schools to see if they could teach them animation at the studio. And so I showed my portfolio of animals and figure drawings, and they liked it. And so I got into my internship and trained for 6 weeks in California. And that's how I got involved with Disney. I just trained for 6 weeks, and then I got hired, and I started working at the studio a year later because I had to go back and finish school. And that was it. That was 30 years ago. 32 years ago. Let's get a little sense of... There we go. YouTube question: what exercises should be included in a 2D animation demo reel? Well, it's not exercises. You want to show character animation. That's what you want to show. So it's good acting in your character animation. You don't want to show walk cycles and things like that if you're trying to put a portfolio in for a job interview. That's not what what studios want to see. They want to see your ability to act and move people. And so that's what you want to focus on.
Have you ever dealt with burnout or gone through seasons of not wanting to draw?
Sure. Yeah, I have. But when that happens, I just hop right back on the horse and do it. Just push through it. You know, live streams. You think I want to do every live stream every time we do it? I don't. But you just hop in there and you get in there and you start drawing. And you have fun, you know? Yeah, I didn't know what I was going to do today. I had no idea. But someone said Pirate Bear, and I went, ooh, that sounds cool, and I got inspired all of a sudden. YouTube suggestion: he should have a gold fang. Yeah, somebody else already suggested that, so that's why I gave him his mouth like that, because it's going to be gold. Definitely.
So is this what happens when the Country Bear ride invades the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at the park?
Yes.
Now that there's a good question. From a director's viewpoint, what would you look for in a new artist portfolio?
Well, it depends on what the artist is submitting for. So, but I'm looking for originality. I'm looking for draftsmanship. Just in general, ability to draw. Idea originality. The ability to do different styles, especially from a studio standpoint. because every film you work on is going to be a different style. Every commercial you might work on is going to be a different style. So you want to make sure that you can adapt, right?
Adapt. And overcome.
There we go.
What artist or artists, plural, inspired you the most when you were in art school?
Oh, probably John Singer Sargent was one of the most influential artists for me, and Joaquin Sorolla.
Do people ask to be drawn? If so, does it annoy you if people ask you to draw things for them?
No, I tell them no, but it doesn't annoy me. Why would it annoy you? That's somebody that that admires your work so much that, it shouldn't annoy you. It can. What does annoy me are people that don't take what we do seriously, and they disregard. Excuse me, disregard the amount of work that goes into something like what we do. That gets annoying. There we go. YouTube question: how do you prevent line art from looking dead after you take the sketch art? After you take the sketch out, I still try to stay spontaneous as much as possible.
Do you have a favorite animal?
Dustin, you got to get closer to the mic. No one's hearing you.
Do you have a favorite animal to draw?
We got to put that in our FAQ, our frequently asked question. I love drawing lions, bears. That's why I liked this suggestion. I get that question every week.
How often do you do your portfolio reviews for Patreon?
We've only done one so far, or two. So not very often. It's not something we have a huge amount of time for, but we're due for one soon.
Do you have grandchildren? Do they draw? And
yes, I've got grandchildren. No, they don't draw. They like to draw as much as any other kids like to draw.
And have you tried doing your own version of their drawings? I've
No.
seen artists recreating the kids' drawings before.
No, I haven't. But they're a lot of fun. My youngest granddaughter is just now discovering drawing and really starting to love it.
How long does a realistic piece take you?
It depends on how big it is and how what the subject matter is. It can take me anywhere from a day to a month. This really depends on what it is that I'm creating. There we go. Oh, I guess it's Canada Day. Happy Canada Day.
Ooh, happy Canada Day. It sounds like a fun party there, bud.
I'm going to pull his paw up.
Is it true that if you work for Disney, any drawing or ideas and other stuff belong to Disney as long as you are employed?
Yes. Yep, that was in my contract. I was able to work around that by putting, anything can be negotiated. So I negotiated out of that. But yeah, the initial contract says anything I think of, anything I draw, no matter whether I'm at Disney or not, belongs to Disney. Let's see.
Do you prefer digital or classic drawing?
I like them both. Uh, I like the speed of digital. I like classic drawing because I got something in my hands that's actually tangible at the end.
Are people easier to draw than animals to you?
No. Animals are easier to draw for me.
You have a granddaughter? How old?
I have 4 grandkids. I have an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 3-year-old.
A lot of kids.
Lots of kids.
Lots of kids. How can we keep our frames consistent during frame-by-frame animation drawings?
Well, you got to make sure that the design that you're using is able to be drawn in a way that allows consistent. You know, so if your character has simple construction, then you're able to keep that animation consistent. Excuse me. And so it's really all in the design of your character. So, like on my character design course on our site at Creature Art Teacher, I talk about that. I cover, keeping your designs really simple, or at least the construction of your designs simple, in order to make your animation consistent. And you can do it even with a seemingly complex design. When we animated the Beast was very complex in the way that he was drawn when we animated the Beast from Beauty and the Beast. And so we've discovered ways of constructing him in simple ways that we could repeat over and over again. YouTube comment, your courses on creatureartteacher.com are awesome. I bought 6 courses for $9. Well, good. That's the idea. We want you guys getting these courses and really getting your money's worth. I want you getting trained. I want you learning.
Yeah, 6 courses for $9. That is insane. In the membrane.
It is. Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
One of the things I struggle with in drawing is anatomy. Do you have any tips on how to make it perfect?
Yes, matter of fact, I've got an anatomy course on my website that is very cheap right now. If you go to creatureartteacher.com, you can see on my human anatomy course, and I cover everything. And so it's, I really recommend it. If you're just getting into drawing, just learning human anatomy, I really recommend checking out that course. And then, drawing from life when you can, picking up anatomy reference when you can.
Let's see if this will work any better. We're getting this close.
I'm just drawing in the little details here.
How many hours do you think a good night's sleep is?
8 hours. At least 7.
7. Can't you just get a drawing pen?
What? Can't I just get a drawing pen? What do you mean?
Yeah, like, is there such thing as just a drawing pen, or is there?
Yeah, I
or do
use
you
a
just
drawing
use
pen every time I sit down and draw on my pad. I don't know what you mean. You mean a ballpoint? Do you mean a stylus? I don't know what you mean.
Well, I think what it's trying to say is that there's like the different kinds of like charcoal, like artistic pencils and all that stuff. But are there like any artistic based pens, like not just like?
Oh yeah,
pens
there's
or-
ink pens, Croquill pens that are used for drawing. There's all kinds of pen utensils and drawing utensils out there. Yes, tons of them. There we go. So we got his gun in there. His little, what's it called?
Blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss.
Blunderbuss. Nice.
How do you properly portray tapetum lucidum, the glowing part of a cat's or other animal's eye you often see in the dark? Well, I'm glad you used the big word for that. Tapetum lucidum. Just like you see it. Everything else is dark around it, but it glows, so it's a lighter value. That's how you get anything to feel like it's glowing. You create it to be a lighter value than everything else. So it will become the lightest value in the image.
I know it may not be easy now, but did you go to the zoo often to draw?
I went as often as I could when I was near the zoo. I used to go to LA Zoo, a fair amount when I lived there, and when I trained out there. But it's like anything. I more than the zoo. I drew as much as I could. Just drawing in general, even if it was just going out and drawing trees.
Hi guys. Hey there. Aaron, question about those 6 weeks of training in Disney. That seems so little time for learning animation. Can you tell me more about that training process?
Yeah, we learned how to do cleanup drawing, and we learned walk cycles and bouncing balls and flour sacks, and we did all that. But it was basically trying to teach us enough, just enough, in the cleanup realm of things that we could get started as in between artists and cleanup artists. And then the whole goal was once we got into the studio, then we could learn more. But it was surprising. What was surprising was how much we were actually able to pick up in that 6 weeks, all of us. We had really good teachers. My teacher was Glenn Keane. And as long as you could draw, then it wasn't a huge leap. I had a little bit of a struggle in the beginning that really wanted to quit. I was struggling so bad. But after about a week or so, I figured it out and really started to have a good time with it. And the next thing you know, you're cruising along animating. And so it wasn't a huge leap going from illustration, trying to draw well for illustration, to understanding movement and timing and putting that in there. I think it helped, having some other background, music background and things like that. Those types of things helped a little bit with timing. Having a natural rhythm, understanding rhythm helps.
Hey Dustin. Hi. Is Aaron any good at photography himself? I definitely believe he is. I mean, all the Big Cat reference packs on the site are from him.
I'm right here.
I know you are. That's why I'm supporting you in this. You like to draw horses?
Sure. I've actually got an entire horse pack, how to draw horses, on my website.
I'm leaving for college this morning. Do you have any advice?
Don't get sick. Don't drink too much. Learn all you can. You're leaving for college. What college is open right now?
That's a good question.
Facebook question: does your anatomy, human or animal course have a section that can help with dynamic foreshortening? If not, is that a subject you might get into? Live stream, of course. Manage. Yes, I do get into foreshortening.
What's that thing on the bear's neck?
Just a big cloth, like a bandana wrapped around his neck.
What was it like learning with Glenn Keane?
It's wonderful. Glenn's an amazing teacher. He was an amazing teacher.
And when did you realize you were good in drawing?
I don't know when I realized I was good. I've always loved it. So as long as I can remember, I've loved drawing. I've drawn for as long as I can remember. I don't remember a time when I didn't draw. Drawing is as much a part of me as my breathing. He needs straps or something going over his shoulder, doesn't he?
Maybe. What kind of straps are you thinking?
I don't know, just straps. Something that would be hooked to strappy things. Just needs more design elements, is what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Time for another hot chip challenge yet?
Nope. Not
How
doing
about
that
you?
again. Not doing that again. That's horrible.
What makes you enjoy drawing animals so much in comparison to people or landscapes?
Because people suck. Animals are pure. I love drawing animals. I always have. I've always felt a kinship with animals. I've always felt, I don't know, I've always felt they're more beautiful. I love their variety.
Have you ever worked with Butch Hartman?
No. I don't know who Butch Hartman is.
I don't know why, but for a second there I thought it was pronounced Butch.
That's weird. Alright, so I got enough going on in here, I think. What do you think? To at least get something going.
Yeah, I think that looks good.
Don't like that. There we go. There. There's our bear.
What do you think the, well, my question just went away from me. You also do animations on the live? On the live?
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I do.
Sometimes you do.
And sometimes I don't. Hi, Aaron. What do you think of animation unions? In Japan, animation industry is non-union, and animators often work night and day for $500 a month, sleeping at work and not showering. It's appalling. Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Excuse my language, but it really is. That's production companies completely taking advantage of their artists, and I don't know that you don't necessarily need a union, but you know, unions do help. And you know, if those artists all ganged up together and said, "Hey, we're not going to take this anymore," then those studios would have they'd have to change their ways. But yeah, I think it's pretty appalling. I think it's ridiculous. You can't live that on that wage in Japan. You just can't.
Looking at Disney, did you get the answer to why Donald Duck doesn't wear pants, but when he comes out of the shower, he puts a towel on his waist?
I don't know. With the hat, right? Because I think I'll do that because the bear's going to be brown. So right now I'm going to start with a dark blue-gray for the hat.
Trying to go for that more neutral tone.
Well, not just that. Yeah, definitely neutral tone. I mean, it's not his hat. They're usually made of felt or leather. But if he's going to be brown, I don't want the hat to be brown as well. They'll just get lost. They'll get lost in each other. YouTube question: have you guys seen Rikki Tikki Tavi? How did you like it? And have you guys ever photographed a mongoose before? Yes, I have photographed lots of mongoose in Africa, and I loved Rikki Tikki Tavi.
What kind of monkey is that?
A made-up one.
Made up one. You know what it kind of reminds me of is the little baby monkey from Tarzan.
Oh yeah. I couldn't look up capuchin, but they've got great hairstyles, the capuchins. But I figured I've already got some other stuff in this it's kind of a fast. I don't want to go take too long on this stuff today.
Maybe you could add some stripes to the coat.
That's a good idea. That's a good idea, eh?
That's a good idea there, but how do you feel about stock image sites?
Meaning what?
What are your thoughts on stock image sites?
Stock image sites are great. I don't know what the question is in relation to what. What are my feelings on stock image sites? That's like, what's your feeling on ketchup?
Ketchup is tasty.
You got to be more specific. What do you mean? What's my feelings towards stock image sites? I don't know what you mean. Don't know what you're asking. Aaron, in The Lion King, did you animate any shots of Sarabi? No, I did not. Oh, actually, hold on. Sarabis. No, I didn't. Trying to remember Nala's mother's name. That wasn't Sarabi. That was
No.
I animated Nala's mother.
Was it ever mentioned?
Not in the movie, but we had a name for her. I can't remember her name.
Do you have any tips to criticize your own work for improvement, to see what you need to study? I find it can be hard to see past your own blind spots.
Well, yeah, it can be hard. That's why you get people that you trust and have them criticize. You know, we always, at Disney, we always critiqued each other's work. And we're honest about it. You know, and you can't be defensive. You gotta, if you really want a true critique, then you gotta be willing to really take it on the chin. So that's what we did. That's too bright. Go
There.
there.
There. Do you get sick of always being asked about or associated with Disney?
No, I love Disney. I think it's one of the reasons I was able to, with my social media, was able to take off as well as I did in the early days, is because people are interested in my Disney background, which I love talking about. I know a lot of people want to be involved with Disney and want to know what it was like, and I like talking about it. So no, I don't. It doesn't bother me at all.
I also enjoy the stories of how you worked along with Walt Disney.
That's right. Serafina, thank you. Couldn't remember her name. Serafina. That was Nala's mama.
From earlier, now that you mention it, what is your feelings on ketchup?
Shouldn't have put those white highlights in it. Screwing me up. Screwing me up, eh?
Screw me up there, bud.
There we go.
Do you have any advice for someone who is interested in getting into story for animation?
Yeah, man, you got to understand writing. You've got to understand cinematics. You've got to understand cutting, pacing, all of that for story. And it doesn't come easy. But it's worth it. You know, working in story is a wonderful path. It really is. You give him red eyes. I swear he had red eyes.
Can you share some stories when you were at Disney?
That's a broad question too. I've shared lots of stories working at Disney. Working at Disney was wonderful.
Maybe a few good prank stories.
We were all young, and really, it was before any of the movies had made it big. Obviously, because when I was there, this is late '80s, early '90s. Animation was just making a comeback, so it was our movies that were making it come back. And so, at the time, we didn't really think about. We loved the movies we were making, and thought they were great. And but then when they came out and were hits, we were really excited and surprised by it. And but at the same time, you could come to the studio at any given day, and I don't care if we were making The Lion King or Beauty and the Beast or Pocahontas or Mulan. When you walk in, you might find us in a rubber band fight, or working diligently, or goofing around. I don't know, any kind. It was always a fun place to work. It was always wonderful. And we always watched out for each other. YouTube question. Hey Aaron, ever heard of Laguna College of Art and Design, and would you ever come by and tell the animation department that digital animation is okay? I absolutely would. Come on. There we go.
Oh, come on. Are you the one who invented the bear pirate, or is it the bear pirate that allowed you to portray it?
I invented the bear pirate. I don't know.
Rawr.
Rawr.
Have you met Ollie Johnson?
Yes. I met Ollie before he passed away. several times. I had lunch with him about a year before he passed away.
About a year ago.
There we go. We're getting all this in here. Give him a red. What kind of bandana do you want to give him? Red? I think red.
Yeah. Well, somebody kept on asking for a red coat.
Oh, a red coat. Oh, well, that's not a bad idea. A red coat is kind of cool. When's the last time you visited Disney? It wasn't too long ago. I went down to visit a friend of mine that was working, one of my WDI friends. We went down and had dinner down at Jinko's at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Go blue. I'm going to go blue with the bandana and red and yeah.
How about this question? When was the last time you went on a ride in Disney?
Oh, I don't know. That was probably 2 years ago when they opened the new Avatar land. And I went over there to check out the Avatar ride that they have, the flight simulator ride.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I went there with Jolt.
Yeah, I've seen some of the clips of that. That looks like fun.
It was super cool. So just filling this out, giving him a nice big scarf. Scarf.
Scared. What are the big differences between grizzlies, browns, and Kodiak bears?
It's region and diet, because genetically they're all the same. It's really just region and diet. So the coastal bears, brown bears, they get more salmon in their diet, so they get more protein, so they grow bigger and fatter. Kodiak bears are the same as coastal grizzlies, except they get even more salmon, so they tend to be even a little bit bigger. And then the interior grizzlies, like we have in North America, or in the lower 48, they, whoops, I gotta go down here. They don't get as much of the, pure, like, salmon protein and things like that, so they tend to be a bit smaller.
Did you save your file?
Not yet. Got his little gold tooth in there.
Gold tooth?
Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to change that. Rather than, it seems obvious to do one of the fangs. One of his canines. I'm going to change it to one or two of his other teeth. There we go. And I'll do this fang over here. The one over the closest one just didn't look right to me. There we go. Instagram question: did you ever meet Jeremy Suarez? Jeremy Suarez was the voice of Coda, and I was the director, so I had to record Jeremy Suarez. So yes, we met him quite a bit. Actually, Dustin and Jeremy became good friends.
Yeah, that was fun.
You guys used to play out when in between takes. You guys would play outside.
Yeah, it was more of a lot of talking.
Yeah.
I mean, you brought him onto the project for a good reason.
Yeah, he talked a lot. So Dustin and Jeremy became good buddies. Let me put this here. Give him a little red coat.
Red coat. Make it look like he took it from a British soldier.
Bears eat fish. So why does Winnie the Pooh eat honey?
Because bears like sweet, sticky, sweet treats too. The only problem with red is that it's hard to get light red. And to get it modeled right, I can go dark red, but we'll go ahead and use it. But I'm, what do you think? What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Do you like it? In a rough version?
Yes, pretty rough, but I do like it. It actually kind of almost looks like a jumpsuit.
A jumpsuit? Well, I gotta get everything else colored in.
Right.
Yeah, Nick was saying we were at the animation studio 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, we went to go see Alex Coopersmith. But I was talking about the parks, which is about the same amount of time ago. All right. What did Ollie think of the 90s Disney features? Ollie and Frank were always very complimentary. They were always really nice.
Great sir, what is your favorite medium?
My favorite medium is probably watercolor. But I like them all. But watercolor is probably my favorite as far as just sitting down and using and ease of use. I love oil. I love acrylic. I love all those. Something about watercolor I just love.
You know what kind of oil I really like?
Hmm?
Olive oil.
Olive oil. So we're just laying down this base. Blow that up for you. Of our pirate bear. Once again, one of the things I love about doing these request days is coming into this and not knowing at all what the heck I'm going to do. And then 2 hours later, we've got an image. Like a pirate bear.
Like a bear. That's a pirate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right.
Is this brassy enough? Make it a little darker. So, coloring in this little brass barrel on this gun. Go ahead, Dust Butt.
What has been your favorite Disney movie to work on?
Probably Lion King and and Brother Bear. Brother Bear was the most difficult, just because of the writing and the directing and everything. But I had the most satisfaction out of completing it. And then Lion King was just a lot of fun I love animating lions. So there is that.
Do you remove your line art after you finish rendering?
No, it all kind of disappears as I'm rendering. Right now I'm just creating the local color. Just basically coloring everything in like I would a coloring book. And then I start top of the line art. And I'll leave some of it in and I'll take some of it out, but overall it'll go away. Overall.
Overalls?
I used to wear overalls.
Didn't I too at one point?
I don't know if you did or not. I think maybe you did. I don't know.
You ever get hit with a rubber band in the nuggets?
I have. Also got hit in the eye.
Oof. I don't remember that story.
I've hit people in the eye, which is never good.
Never heard of that either.
So we're just getting all of the little details in here. There we go.
If you have 3 wishes, what would you and Dustin wish for? $1 trillion.
That's too easy. $1 trillion so that you could feed the hungry, right? And solve and help everybody out, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, billions of dollars would go towards the. And then I keep the remaining fraction to give to family and friends, and then whatever is left, I pretty much invest into improved camera gear.
Out of your $1 trillion?
Out of my $1 trillion.
You get some improved camera gear.
so improve my camera gear lineup. You know, like 600 prime, couple, and another camera.
I feel like Aaron would be the typical dad who makes dad jokes. Kind of am.
You've done that a fair amount, and it's funny every time.
Aaron, are you faster in some mediums than others? Of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm pretty fast with digital, I think. I feel like I am. Although this one feels like it's going slow.
What subjects or courses will be coming to Creature Art Teacher?
I've got a course on how to draw birds of prey coming up. We've got a course on how to sculpt in ZBrush, which we just recorded over the weekend. We've got how to draw mythical cartoon creatures from Tim Hodge. We've got animating in Calipeg with my brother. What else have we got? Got a few of them coming up. There we go. That's a little red face.
Little face of red.
Got quite a few coming up.
If you could change anything in one of the movies you worked on, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't really think about that. To be honest, I don't know. I'd like to go back and redo a lot of my Raja animation. I think it could have been more dynamic. But other than that, I'm not sure.
Would you agree that Hunchback of Notre Dame is one of the most underrated Disney movies of all time?
I don't think it was ever underrated.
Me either. Some movies like Treasure Planet, that was underrated. What other Disney movie came out around that same time? Brother Bear didn't come out till later, right?
Well, no, there wouldn't be anything else that came out about that same time because they're all staggered at different times.
Right. What do you think of Avatar: The Last Airbender? I love the show, not a fan of the movie.
I don't watch it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I know what it is, Dustin. I just haven't seen it. I haven't experienced it to know what it is what I mean.
I know what it is. I just never seen it.
There we go. All right.
Do you have Do you have a favorite Disney song?
No. I don't really have a favorite Disney song, really. I get that question a lot, too. And, I don't know. They're all kind of show tuney for me. I've always, I don't know, I've always really liked the stuff in Aladdin that we did. I've always liked that music. I like the Pocahontas music when we worked on that.
Is it difficult to animate fight scenes?
Yes, it is. Especially if you're the only animator. It's one thing to animate it with another animator, because you can just go back and forth. But to coordinate both, it actually is quite difficult. It is quite difficult.
It is quite difficult.
What is your favorite part of the animating process?
I love roughing in the shot, and once you get it roughed in, playing it back and seeing that, but really rough. Those really rough drawings all of a sudden come to life. I really love that experience. After that, it's just, you're just tying down what you already have. But going through that first experience of seeing if it's really going to work or not, that's cool.
What's the prime age for an animator?
There isn't one. I don't think there's a prime age for an animator. No. I call bullocks. Bullocks.
Bullets.
All right, there's our pirate bear.
Rawr.
So rar. So he's striking a pose because he knows. Let's put those together. What's your favorite Stan Lee character? Wolverine. That's Stan Lee, right?
I think so.
Marvel. Wolverine. Do you have any tips for leading artists as a director? How to have your voice heard and understood? Well, you've got to be in a situation where your voice can be heard, and then when you try to have your voice heard, you want to make sure that you're saying something that needs to be said. And so what that requires is really coming to an understanding of the medium of whatever it is that you're working in. So if you want to be a director in animation, you better know animation. You better know story. You better know all those things that really make up the soul of the core of what it is that you're doing. That's where you're going to be heard. And if you can do that, then it'll take off for you. But it's going to be, you don't want to be obnoxious about it. You don't want to be. You just want to. You want to be heard. I guess that's the best way I can say it. And so, you just got to get in there and handle it the right way. But really educate yourself to what it is that you're talking about. Want a little bandana going around his head. Uh-huh. Or maybe I should make it blue. What do you think?
Which part?
A little bandana going around his head. Maybe I'll make that blue. The same blue that's the scarf going around his neck.
No,
Yeah, we'll just do it that way. That feels pretty good. Do you have a favorite Pixar movie? I really love Up. I do. I love Up. And, oh. How did that get off? So far off. Oh, I forgot to redraw it. That's why. Let me jump back on that. I'm really excited for the new one, Soul. You seen the trailer for Soul, Dustin? It's all music.
I watched so many
For Pixar. It's all music based.
Oh, yeah.
Not only does it, I mean, just emotionally, it looks fantastic. The design of the character designs in that are so good. They're unbelievably good. I can tell already it's going to be my new favorite animated film. Soul. Do you think a reel should be fully cleaned up, or is rough animation okay? Rough animation is perfectly okay. Although you should have some cleaned up stuff in there as well. If that rough animation is nice and clean, or at least readable, then definitely include it.
Did you also see that they're doing a movie based off of Aretha Franklin?
No, I didn't.
Called Respect.
Oh, that's cool.
And it actually,
I bet it's awesome.
It is very, very cool. And the woman who sings as her,
Whoops. Oh, I did it over the wrong one.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, I gotta do it here. I want it right here. That's what I want. Creating a clipping mask. There we go. That way I don't have to worry about the edges. Just started doing this. I'm getting people for a long time asking me, why don't you just make a clipping mask? And I always say, well, I didn't learn how to do it that way. And then I started saying, well, maybe I should. So I started doing it last week, making my little clipping masks. And it's so much better. Do you have any favorite animated movies focused on animals not made by Disney? Secret of NIMH. Secret of NIMH, completely.
that's such a good movie.
Really is.
Greetings, teacher.
Howdy.
I have a question.
Can I use copyrighted characters on my animation reel?
Yeah. Absolutely. You're not selling it, you're just showing what you can do. Yes, the answer is yes.
Oui, monsieur.
Nick is asking, what's the benefit of a clipping mask as opposed to locking layers? When I'm locking a layer, that layer already has to have paint on it in order for it to work. Clipping mask, like in this version, in this case, I'm trying to do the shadows. There's nothing painted yet, but I don't want it to go outside the lines of the layer that I created underneath. Now, technically, I could switch my brush over to a multiply blend mode, but then I'm just painting right over the same layer. I'm not keeping my shadows separate. And so in this case, by creating the clipping mask, I can keep this layer separate, my shadow layer, but also have the luxury of not painting outside the silhouette. To go to get this brush set, you will find that this entire brush set is only $1. And there's 20 brushes in it. Who's getting called? Is that you?
Yes, that'd be me. Hey, Nick. Oh, we were?
Nick is calling. There must be something wrong.
About the, yeah, just re-answer the clip masking question because during that for a quick minute.
Oh, okay. But we're back up now?
But yeah, we're back up now, right? Yep, we're back up now.
No, the reason I do clipping masks is because I can keep my shadows on their own level. So basically, I don't want the shadows to go outside the silhouette of the color that I laid down, but I don't want to paint on that layer. So I can create a clipping mask that would allow me to paint on another layer separate completely from the color layer, but I won't paint outside of it. It won't allow me to paint outside of it, which is great because it frees me up quite a bit.
What would be bad advice for an artist?
What would be bad advice for an artist?
Yes. What would be bad advice for the artist?
Okay, bad advice for an artist is
Drawing.
give up.
Give up. Stop drawing.
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of bad advice. Give up. There's your bad advice.
Stop drawing.
You
Don't look
you
both
suck.
ways before you cross the walkway.
Yeah. Listen to everybody else's advice. Don't listen to your heart ever.
Don't ever listen to anyone's advice, but give advice back like you think you know it all. What are your thoughts on Klaus?
It's wonderful.
It's definitely one of my top favorites.
It should have won the Oscar last year for sure. I think it was robbed.
I've been robbed.
Yep, I completely believe it was robbed. It should have won the Oscar. I don't think the Academy enough people actually watched it. I think they misjudged it. I don't think they watched it. If they had watched it, they would have known it was the best picture of the year. Animation.
Oh, there we go. Alright,
What?
sorry about that.
What's the matter?
Bye. Yeah, apparently when he reset the picture, apparently it switched over to the slideshow without me even seeing it.
Okay, get your stuff together, guys.
it's just been a very interesting
There we
day
go.
so far, huh?
You always use multiply for shading. Did you ever try to use hard light? Nope. I don't find I need to. I found something I like and I stick to it. Except for clipping masks. Started using clipping masks. There we go. Because the multiply layer when I do my shadows, it really is it's just indicating where shadows are and it gives me a value change. I do a lot of color and temperature changes over the top of it.
Do you use black for your multiply layer? Also, do you lower the opacity?
I don't lower the opacity. I don't use black. I use color. In this case, I'm using a warm gray.
Yeah, because he never used pure black.
I never use black. Even in my drawings, they're dark brown. Black kills everything. Now you can get a lot of color in your blacks and your darks, and I recommend that. So I'm getting these, anything that would be in shadow, I'm putting in shadow. I'm thinking about the light coming down from the top and how it might be hitting on some of these objects. The hand, where it's casting a shadow, you know, the hand that casts a shadow right there on that gun barrel or on the gun stock handle.
Talk to the hand.
You know, all of this would cast a shadow.
Did you see the bear attack in The Revenant? Yes.
Yep,
Absolutely brutal.
brutal.
Brutal. Yeah, I think they did a really good job with showing a good example of what happens if you mess with a mother bear with her cubs.
Yeah. It's a little worse than that, actually. He survived.
Yeah. Because like you always hear like the whole spiel of like the different safety rules or like what to do sort of deals.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh, if a bear comes towards you, just play dead.
Well, it depends on the bear.
Yeah, it depends on the bear and also a couple other things. But it's like, oh, I'm just gonna lie down and everything will be just fine. And that's like what you hear in your head until you go to the movies one day and you watch that. Like, that's what happens when you get attacked by a bear. Oh God.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Oh yeah. I think one of my favorite parts of that movie is not only that, but also his first encounter of the pyramid of bison skulls.
Yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Shows how horrible we were.
back then, yeah. Oh, man, imagine the amount of bison there were back then. Imagine if that was still today.
Oh yeah. Ronnie Williford, yeah. Nick was just mentioning, going back to what I was talking about, having color in the blacks. Ronnie Williford's got a nice video in our color in his color course on mixing really nice blacks, or it might be in his plein air course. I can't remember, but it's really good. There, we're getting those shadows in there. Is that Vedanta out there?
I believe it is. Do you want me to tell her to keep it down?
No, no. I was going to see if she could make some coffee. There we go. Getting some shadows in there.
I actually think I might need some coffee at this point, too.
Actually, I'm going to put them all in shadow down here. Put his whole body in shadow.
This gets a shadow. This gets a shadow.
Everybody
everything
gets a shadow.
Yay!
Come, the clipping mask isn't on there anymore. Interesting.
Oh no.
Oh, it just clips it right out. Cleaned it up. You see that? Wow, that's cool. I can.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
oh my.
Holy cannoli. How does one establish good quotations to avoid the starving artist status?
What? How does one what? Say it
How
again.
does one establish good quotations?
Good quotations. I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. When should you use softer shadows and when should you use harder ones? Well, here's an example right here. Here the gun is casting a shadow against the arm, and it's got a hard edge on it, so it's going to give us a fairly hard shadow right here. But the arm itself has got a very gradual curve in it, so that shadow becomes smooth, gradual. And so when you play the two of them against each other, you can really get a sense that this gun is casting a shadow against a round object. There we go. There. All right, let's make another one. Oh, that one's automatically got a clipping mask. That's cool. We're going to set that to overlay. Put it up here. And we're going to go warm with it.
Warmer.
Warmer, eh?
Warmer here, babe.
And bright.
It's gonna get warmer and warmer.
I got to go a little bigger. Realize I'm working too small for you guys. One of the things I can do is I can come in here and create a little reflected light. Look at that. A little reflected light down the what's wrong with here, I think. What? See, with the combination of light and dark, I can start to get some nice modeling, and I can get 80% of everything I need right there with just the multiply layer and the overlay layer. And then it's just a matter of going in and fine tuning.
Hi, do you charge clients?
Is that Vedanta?
Yeah.
Is there any coffee?
I can make some right now.
Could you please?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Welcome.
There. How do you charge clients what?
How do you charge clients?
Too broad of a question. You got to specify.
Probably like how do you charge when somebody's asking for commission?
Yeah,
Like
well,
painting.
there's all kinds of different things. It depends on what you're working. If I'm working in animation, that's different than if I'm working for illustration, but it really comes down to what's the going rate a lot of times, and sticking to that and getting them. Yeah, but one of the things I do is I create a contract that only allows them a certain number of iterations, because you don't want to get stuck in making changes and changes and changes and never getting paid. There's certain things right there that you just gotta protect yourself from.
Save yourself.
There we go.
Can we draw with you?
No.
No, you have to mind your own business.
Why would you? Of course you can draw with me.
It always reminds me of whenever I like, can I draw with you? Can I do this with you? It always makes me think, for some reason, of Gabriel Iglesias. When he's like being very humble with the crowd of like, you can approach me if you want a picture. I'm not one of those guys that's like big fluffy guy during the day, but at night it's like, be gone from me.
So I'm just creating some of the light here.
Have you had a solo exhibit?
Yes. I have had solo exhibits in the past. Gosh, it's hot.
Is the fan not blaring at you? Oh, this is in the way. That's why.
Plus, it's the door.
The blind is closed. Or no.
Open it.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Do you ever add dramatic shadows that might not be 100% accurate to the light source, but are good for the painting overall? I do it every time. I'm doing it here. As long as you're in the pocket, then you're doing all right.
You guys using OBS or OBS Streamlabs? We are using OBS, the original OBS.
So we're just going to get some color back here. Oh, BS.
OBS.
Get a little darkness behind him.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Friend.
I'm
Friend.
here to talk with you again.
is a good line point to use for your art to make it look more professional?
What's that? Say that again.
What is a good line point to use for your art to make it look more professional? Like for a large painting or illustration?
I don't know what a line point is. I don't know what they mean by line point. Any tips for maintaining a proper work-life balance while working in animation? I freelance from home as a storyboard artist, and it's very tough to maintain proper hours. Well, you just got to discipline yourself. You treat it like a work day. You just, you go in at a certain time, and that's that. But you treat it like like a regular job. That's how I always did my after work, outside of work kind of stuff. You got to treat it like a regular job. That's the key, Bumblebee. Treat it like a regular job. And you'll be good. All right, let's get in here and work on this eye. That's the first thing I want to do. I want to get in there and work on the eye. We're doing our finish work now.
About Klaus, have you ever worked close to Sergio Pablos in your career?
Yes. Yep, we worked together in France for a little bit. He was at the French studio Disney had, and I went over there to do some work with them. We worked together in that studio. That's when I first met Sergio. Sergio's a brilliant, brilliant animator.
Do you ever add dramatic shadows that might not be 100% accurate?
That's the one I just answered.
Oh, is it?
Yep.
Sorry.
No problem.
Do you ever add dramatic shadows that might not be? Are you using overlay for the brighter areas right now?
Yes, on those layers.
In your travels, where was the best coffee you've ever had?
Best coffee I've ever had in my travels is probably France had really great coffee. Kenya had great coffee. Geez, that's a good question. Japan, surprisingly, had great coffee.
Coffee.
Andy on YouTube asks, "Hey Aaron, I love your live streams. You are my Bob Ross. Do you have any insight on the design of Zazu from Lion King? Hornbills look pretty different, not blue in real life, unless I'm mistaken. Well, the hornbill that they went after, that they modeled it after, I can't remember the name of that hornbill. A whole bunch of them when I was in Africa too. I can't remember the name of that specific hornbill. But it's it's got the white and markings, and so a lot of times the some of the color choices are going to be based on what other animals in the movie, what their color scheme is.
What are the specs on the PC? Well, the one that he is currently using is the Mac Pro, and it's using the i7 CPU, which is a 12 core CPU. I can't remember the exact name of the i7. Along with 128 gigs of RAM, which is what we added on later on, and a Vega graphics card that provides up to 30 gigs of video RAM. Then along mixing with that, what he's drawing on at this very moment is the Wacom Cintiq 32 Pro. Bam.
Ba-bam, you go to that one.
Yep, I did.
Oh,
Oh. Do it again. Well, bam. And back. And back again. Okay.
let's give him a little bit of light on the eye.
Here you are, sweetheart.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that's delicious.
I am below 2
Can I try this yet?
Yes. You likey?
Yeah. I don't drink coffee a whole lot.
But when you
Good
do.
coffee. But when I do, it's good coffee.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Thank you.
I'm in the 30s.
Hey, congratulations. All right, so let's fly through this now. Now I'm going to kind of hit some of this.
I want to get away. I want to fly.
A little bit of Lenny.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs to sing during karaoke night sometimes is Lenny Kravitz's version of American Woman. That's such a fun
Yeah.
song.
Remember to learn from Aiden. Aiden is actually my grandson who has a brand new YouTube channel. He's 8 years old. He's teaching people how to exercise and all kinds of stuff. And my grandson Aiden says, smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell.
Are your brushes for sale or anything online?
Oh yeah, I've got tons of brushes for sale. You obviously are a newcomer.
The question is, what is not for sale?
Yeah.
What job or project was the most fun to work on?
That was a question we answered earlier, Dustin. But I would say The Lion King and Brother Bear. Were you up late last night?
A little bit.
There we go.
Ever had a lighting idea strike you? Like one day or night you gotten hit by an idea that you had to write down because it's so good?
I've had images pop into my head that I had to paint, like a lighting. Absolutely.
Aaron, come to South Africa someday. I think you'll love it.
Oh, I know I would. We were supposed to go to an animation festival in Cape Town, but we haven't been able to make it. I want to go to Cape Town and do some cage diving with the sharks.
Oh my.
We were at the Hat Building exactly 3 years ago today. That's hilarious.
Hat building?
The building I used to work at Disney in California.
Oh.
With the big Disney hat, with the big Sorcerer's
Yeah.
Apprentice hat.
That was a very interesting building.
It was built like a prison. They've since remodeled it.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to the were you just talking about the lot that was in Orlando, or you were talking
No,
about
in California.
California? Yeah, whatever happened to the lot in Orlando, the one that you guys eventually moved into?
Oh, that building's still there. They still use it, but it's, for executives and stuff like that. But it's still there.
I was expecting it to be like the Imagineers playground or something like that.
Yeah, no. A lot of the offices and whatnot have
Or whatnot.
are named after our movies that were made while we were there.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad, Nancy. How many layers of Photoshop did you create for this drawing?
Right now I got about 5, 6. Hey, any thoughts on Ray Harryhausen? It was just, it was his, yeah, today's his birthday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday. Tim Hodge mentioned he visited in '93. He actually visited a couple of times. He came to the studio a couple of times. He was great, really nice guy. We were just talking about him with Tony Cipriano when we were recording with Tony over the weekend. Ray Harryhausen was a super, super nice guy. And very giving in his knowledge. He loved the younger generation. He loved all of it. He was really, really great.
Hey, Aaron.
How's it going, eh?
I was going here, but just wondering, have you used any other digital art programs like Clip Studio Paint or Paint Tool SAI or Procreate?
I've got an entire course on Procreate that I created. So I've got that. I've used Corel Painter. I've never used Clip Studio Pro. Get a little purple in there. So yes, the answer is yes. I have used other pieces of software. Absolutely. All right, let's get in here and work that nose.
Work it.
Work it. You gotta work. No, get up here.
This might be a broad question, but how does a studio select a director for a project? Some of my favorite directors started as lead animators, storyboard artists, and etc.
A lot of the directors come from story. Because, that's where the movie really happens, is in story. That's where that's where the meat of the film comes together. You gotta have a good story before you can have a good film. And so a lot of the great directors were people that were great in story, had great ideas, and were able to make their way up. Other guys like me kind of did it I was in animation, but I still contributed to story as much as I could. And so that's how I got in. And I just kept working it. Working with the executives. Anybody that would listen. And just kind of worked my way up. Sorry, I'm just concentrating on this thing here.
You have to focus.
By the way, did you save?
Not yet. There. Got his nose in there. Yes, I answered both of those, Nick.
Looks like we're near end.
That's okay. I'll just sit here and sketch.
Okay.
All right. Okay, buddy.
Bye, buddy. Hope you find me dead.
Twitch.com. Twitch.com. Just ordered some of your courses. Thank you so much for the absolutely amazing price, which means I was able to get them. I understand that they have taken a while to create, so truly appreciate it. Yes, we've been creating them for the last 6 years. So, yeah, some of them have taken months to create. Like the new course on how to draw birds of prey. That sucker's taken forever. Are we getting a big old pirate flag in the background? Oh, I didn't think of that. Maybe.
Jolly Roger.
Yarr. I'm still just currently trying to work my way through.
Lately, I've been seeing a lot of big names who worked at Disney move to Netflix. Is there any reason why?
Because Netflix is doing some really cool stuff. And, a lot of people are interested, big names especially in animation. They're anxious, we're like anybody else. You want to try something different, right? So a lot of those guys are going over, and Netflix is looking to do some really exciting new stuff, and so that's what people are leaving for. Gold teeth.
Gold teeth.
Gold teeth. Stay tuned for gold teeth.
Hi there, my name is Gold Tooth. Give me another sip of that coffee.
You like that, huh? I think there's some out there. There you be. Not bad, eh?
Not bad at all.
Just changing up the color of the lip here. And some of the highlights on that lip, on that said lip.
In what year did you first sit down to create drawings on a graphics tablet?
That would be 2005, 2004, probably 2005.
Way back
Yeah. Name suggestion: Black Bear the Pirate and Mr. Primate. That's funny. Gonna get a little blue up in here. Play some compliments. I like making pirate bears.
then.
Rawr.
Dustin, what would that bear pirate sound like?
Rawr.
Rar. Army matey. Dead men tell no tale.
Arr, it drives me nuts. I gotta go for a much bluer kind of reflected light on this hair because of the bounce light coming off of the scarves, eh? The scarves, eh? I'll do a little bit under here. When you start getting the different temperatures of light playing in here, that's when it all starts coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
When you draw a line, do you do short overlapping strokes to create a single line? Is that by preference, or is there a technique reason for doing so compared to a single stroke? I'll do the single stroke as well. It's just my habit. Actually, that's basically all I can say. It's just my habit. Me habit. And we'll get a little bit of red reflected in here too. See what that looks like.
How long do you think it will take to be finished?
Probably another hour. That's a little too much. Instagram question. In your pre-production for Brother Bear, did you get in contact with the tribes from which the story was inspired to fully honor and convey their culture? Well, first of all, we went to Alaska and met with many folks from different tribes. We set the time frame for the movie is during the last ice age. So from a cultural standpoint, we left it open because there was still, during that time, there was still a lot of humans coming into North America from Siberia. And you can only speculate what on their culture. So we did that on purpose, so that we could create our own culture based on the research that we did from existing culture in Alaska now and through the centuries. We talked a lot with the Inuits and the Athabascans, kind of blended it together. There we go.
So is the monkey named Jack? Sorry, I had to ask.
I don't know, was the monkey named Jack in the movie?
I don't remember.
I don't know. So I'm just going to go through and hit little bits here. Whoops, there's my bug. Just completely random. The Photoshop bug just came through. Right on time.
Right on here.
YouTube joke. I don't believe it's polite to say birds of prey. They prefer to be called nuns. That's a bad dad joke right there. That's one of my jokes.
I can see that.
So I'm getting a little bit of reflected light, a little red reflected light from this outfit.
Who elected you in this outfit?
Boy, you took that bait so easy.
Oh yeah, of course. You know. I vote for yours truly.
Well, I vote for yours truly too.
Okay, I'm with you, fellas. I don't think that's me. Of course it's Pete. Look at him.
There, getting a little bit of reflection of that gun.
The reflection.
Or reflection.
Here's that
Reflection.
Hey Dustin, what's your dream camera? I'm already using it. It is, bring up the camera real quick.
Said y'all. You just said y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, this is my dream camera that I've been working my butt off to get until I got it just a few months ago. It's the Sony A9 Mark II, and it is my favorite camera thus far. And I think I'm going to be sticking with this camera for quite a while. Although I do plan on getting a backup camera sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future.
Sometime in the future. Could be tomorrow. Could be next year. It could be a month. You never know.
Instagram comment. Thank you, Aaron, for all the discounts lately. I've purchased all your brush and texture sets. I even bought the reference sets by Dustin and a bunch of your courses.
Ooh, sweet.
That is sweet. Sweet. Gobbledygook.
Sweet. Dear old baby Jesus.
So I'm going to go in a little darker. Hit some deeper shadows. Do you think the Wacom Cintiq 16 is a good option to start with digital illustration? I do. I do think it is, yes.
You know, it looks like a Canon, not the Canon brand, but a Canon.
Oh, that's just with the small. That's just with the 28 to 75. This is just for like portrait lenses. You should see the big boy. Like with that on there, that looks like a Canon. Actually, it looks more like a rocket launcher.
Linny Lin on YouTube asked, have you ever drawn an okapi? I may have. I can't remember if I've drawn one or not. I think they're awfully beautiful animals. I think I've drawn them at the zoo. An okapi. Oh, copy.
Oh,
It's a deep forest animal from Central Africa, from the Congo, related to giraffes.
Really?
Yeah. We're just going to get in here and have a little fun with some of this dark. Hit some of these darks a little better.
Yes, cool, baby.
Yes, Jack. It's coming together.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
The Force will be with you, always.
speaking of flow and timing, do you feel more comfortable?
We weren't talking about flow and timing.
Oh, wait.
Just kidding.
Do you feel more comfortable animating over a piece of music, or give your own timing on a character?
Both. I like them both. There's something about animating a piece of music that's just a lot of fun. So there's that. But other than that, yeah, doing your own timing is just, there's something really fun about that. Why did I just do that? I don't like it. That looks terrible.
I don't like that.
There. I want to get a little bit of that green kind of reflection. And here. We're almost there. We'll be done in about 20 minutes.
Almost
Never
there.
say how long it's going to take you, because that's the curse.
Almost there.
And you hear the bathroom guys out there. They're tearing it up.
Tear.
All right. All right.
Alright. What's that? You ever been Rickrolled?
Rick rolled. As in Pickle Rick?
Have you ever heard of getting Rickrolled?
I don't know what that is.
We know the singer Rick Astley.
Oh yes. I'm never going to give him up.
Give you up, never gonna make
I remember
you
when that
up.
song was popular on the radio.
So what Rickrolling was it started. It all started with the video game where somebody took the guy's video game disc and he replaced it with a different disc that was a DVD burner disc, and he put that music video on it, and he put it on a copied label of the disc to make it look like his buddy's game.
Uh-huh.
And so every time his buddy tried to load in the game, it was the Rick Astley song, Never Gonna Give You Up. And he got so furious that he ended up just storming out of the building. And since that day, it became viral on the internet for a good while. Where, if like, say you're on YouTube and
You're on the YouTube?
on the YouTube, it's like, oh, exclusive video of upcoming Top Gun 2, like before Top Gun the sequel was ever even announced. It's like, oh, you click on it, all of a sudden that song pops up and that music video pops up instead.
And you got Rick rolled.
You got Rickrolled.
I don't know that I have been Rick rolled. I'd like to be. I like Rick Astley.
I do too. There were so many times on back when I did my Twitch streaming in Toronto.
Trana?
In Toronto. And one of the things I had on my stream was song requests, so people can request songs and it'll be on a queue. And so many times people tried Rickrolling me, like one song would come up and like it's about to start, but then the Rickroll pops up. I'm like, oh yeah, this is even better, and I start dancing to it. And the person that tried to troll me in the chat is like, what are you doing? You're not supposed to like the song. I'm like, are you kidding me? I love this song. Start singing along to it and dancing to it. And the guy ends up leaving. I'm just like, yeah. He got backfired.
That's how you beat him.
I think I even tried singing it in karaoke one night, but it really messed up my voice because it's such a high pitch for me. Oh no. Oh? Did you really just ask to be Rickrolled? You just open up a big
A
door.
can of Rick rolling.
Did you like Disney's The Black Cauldron?
No, hated it. Absolutely hated it.
I love it.
Vedanta loves it. I hate it. I think it was the
I love
bottom.
turkey.
I think they were at the bottom of their craft when they made the Black Cauldron.
Turkey has no friends.
There we go. There we go.
There we go, Mike.
In your opinion, what is the one thing that makes any story compelling? Irony. Irony, I think, is one of the greatest things you can have in storytelling. It'll make a story compelling. That and great characters and a great world. When you can get irony into the story, sort of like the thing that Walter, is it Walter from Up? Is that the old man's name? Walter?
I think so. We'll just call him that.
Yeah, I can't remember what his name is. I'm drawing a blank.
Walter.
But the thing that he's carrying to South America is the thing he needs to let go. You know, that's the irony. It's the finding those little nuggets. Whoops.
Have you seen Quest for Camelot?
Yes.
That's the one with
Did not like it.
The Siamese twin dragons.
I don't know. I do not know. I can't remember. I can't remember.
Can't remember.
So I want to get a little brighter in here.
Chilling outside the dentist's office. Gotta go back in for a cleaning, so. Oh, dang it. I just lost the.
Did you lose it? Did you lose? Did you lose the thread?
I'm not used to this touchpad.
Sorry.
You taking him for a walk?
Yes, sir.
Have a gooder.
I'll be in and out of the stream. Alrighty, Gabby. Hope you have fun with your dentist. Whatever
Hope you
do,
find your dad.
beware of the drill. Favorite zombie movie?
Hi, Aaron. I just graduated as a 2D animation background artist. Any advice on how to approach an animation studio? Yeah, put together a really nice portfolio, first of all.
Real nice.
And, you know, put together a nice website where they can go and look at it. I think that's the best thing you can do. I think that's the thing to do nowadays is have a place for people to go and see your stuff, right? That's pretty cool. I wish you could talk to my good friend Rick Sluter, my good friend Barry Kuzer, Chuck Volmer. All those guys back in the day were 2D background artists. They could give you tons of advice. So I'm getting a little secondary light, green secondary light that I'm adding in here, just to give it a little drama.
Dreamy.
You know, drama.
Drama. Drama.
Drama, as the Canadians would say. My Canadian counterpart, he always said drama.
Drama.
Bob always said drama. Drama. He's got lots of drama. He also called a napkin a serviette. It's like, come on, man.
I have no idea what all that's about.
It's a boot. It's a boot. It's about being Canadian-y.
About.
And if you got on the couch, you got on the Chesterfield. You call it a Chesterfield. Oh, Bob. He was a good man, that Bob.
Oh, yeah.
I miss him.
Or that big old ranch that you had in California.
Yeah. Bob was a good man.
Oh, yeah. What was he that you guys always nicknamed him?
Silverback.
Silver.
Yep, Bob was always named Silverback because he was the dominant male in our group. And he kind of was like a monkey. Yeah, he's a good man. What's the perfect canvas size for sketching? My lines are not smooth on canvas. Please guide me. If you're talking about digital, I like to do 20 by 16 for sketching. That's what I like.
That's what I'm like right there.
Right there.
Right there.
Any plans for a 2D layout course? Yes. Yes, we'd like to do that. I've got my friend Armand Serrano who we might try to talk him into it. Probably jumped the gun there by using his name, but hey, what the heck. Armand is a brilliant artist.
Would the social media page be a good place to put together a portfolio, or just go with Google Drive?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't treat that as your portfolio, but yeah, it's a good place to have your work be seen. For sure. So I'm adding some deeper, darker darks. Deeper,
Yeah.
darks.
It is super.
Oh, I gotta get in here. I gotta finish up here. We're kind of running over, aren't we? Well, we started at almost 9:30. Did you know that?
Oh, yeah. They're at 9:30 now. We're at 12:08.
It's lunchtime. All right, I'll be finishing up here really quick, Nick.
Nick. Bye. Yeah, they asked, why haven't you and James Gurney teamed up yet? That would be rad.
It would be rad. James Gurney. Why would I get together with that guy? That guy can't paint. James,
Who is that guy?
James Gurney is one of the best artists out there. He's one of my favorite contemporary artists. He makes it look so easy. He's really great. He's a master of gouache. He's a master out all of it, actually. He's just incredible. And he's a cool dude.
Kill.
He's a cool dude. Cal.
Sweat. It's
Dave Clayton.
Dave.
Says, sorry I'm late. Can you start again, please?
Sure.
Start from the beginning.
Just for Dave. We're starting together, starting over, just for Dave.
Starting from the top with a new pirate bear.
Is that you attempting to talk like Dave?
Dave is my attempt.
We miss you, Dave. Mr. Dave Clayton. Dave Clayton, everybody. Dave Clayton. Mr. Burt Bacharach. And Dave Clayton. And Dave Clayton. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Burt Bacharach, being accompanied by Dave Clayton.
What the world
Needs now is love, sweet love.
It's just that pause like, I don't know the rest of the song. And Dave says, miss you too, boys.
I was kidding. I was kidding, Dave.
You need to get down here.
Well, us boneheaded Americans who don't know how to wear masks in public or know how to socially distance have kind of squeaked our way right out of an invite to the. Well, you guys aren't part of the European Union anymore. So maybe we can go to Britain.
Maybe. Depends on what they're.
The EU voted us. We can't go.
Yeah. Because like what we're. Up
Which
to, like,
rightly so, because we're a bunch of idiots.
Yeah.
Nobody here knows how to social distance. You go to the freaking grocery store, and half the people at the grocery store aren't wearing a mask. And then you've got idiots that are, that here you've got Fauci and the entire CDC, which is full of nothing but, hey, scientists saying wear a mask. And then everyone else is all of a sudden a science expert that says, oh, a mask doesn't make any difference.
You put a mask on, it ruins God's perfect breathing apparatus.
Yeah, that's the other one. What?
It's like, huh?
God's perfect
like,
breathing apparatus.
I don't wear a mask the same reason I don't wear underwear, so I can breathe.
Yeah, I remember that one too.
It's like a little TMI there, ma'am. Dave says you can come here. I can't go to you.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure though, if we do go there, we will likely be in some sort of quarantine for a couple of days to a week tops. But then if we do go there, there's a chance we might not be able to get back. So.
Yeah, I think our international travel is kaput for the next 2 years.
Only time shall tell, I suppose.
I suppose.
You see the trailer of Over the Moon yet?
Yes. I have. I'm very excited for Glenn and the team.
Looking forward to it.
I'm very excited for all of them.
Seriously? Who the heck said that about masks? There's a bunch of people at a hearing because what state was it?
No, that was here. That was at
That
Palm
was
Beach.
here,
That was
Florida?
at Palm Beach. That was the
What?
Palm Beach City hearing.
Oh wow!
That's right down at our old stomping grounds.
Oh great! Now we sound even more idiotic because they made it now mandatory to wear a mask out in public.
Oh no, not
Was it?
that. Yes, that was for Palm Beach. No, it's not statewide, but that was, and Sarasota just did it as well.
Yeah, but it's in that specific county.
Oh, I did lose the scar. Thank you. I forgot the scar. Let me get that scar in there, and I'll work it in.
Yeah, so you're saying is that they decided on it for that specific county,
City.
city, and the people went to try to fight against it, and some of their speeches were a little what?
Stupid.
I was being polite, just going what? Tim Hodge says that the bear's name is Barbarossa.
Oh, there you go.
Barbarossa. Barberger says, that statement about masks and underwear made it all the way here to Austria. Nice.
Did you say Austria?
Austria, yeah.
Yeah, put another shrimp on the bobby.
Austria! Oh, wow. Good day, mate. Let's put another shrimp on the barbie. Shanna Hamer says ours is travel to wear masks on buses or trains. So you have to wear a mask on a bus or a train. That's definitely makes it safe.
That makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Put your freaking mask on. My favorite one was of course, it's typical American. It's wearing the masks is a government conspiracy to take away our gun rights. Because when you wear a mask, you can't carry a gun. So it's a democratic, yeah, it's the Democrats conspiring to take away the gun rights. That's what I read on somebody on Facebook. I lost it on that one. I lost my cool.
So isn't that like the
That's
moment
when Nick
you-
said I need 24 hours before I post on Facebook.
So is it like the moment you put the mask on, you no longer have the ability to hold a gun, like you can't physically pick it up or anything of that sort?
No. She's saying it's against the law. You know, well, anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole gun rights and all that kind of crap anyway, but yeah. This thing keeps going haywire.
Hey, why?
That bug. Little bug.
That statement made it all the way to the Philippines too.
Oh, I got to breathe?
Yeah, the underwear thing.
Yeah.
If I can wear a mask with asthma and other breathing issues, the Karens out there can wear one too.
Oh, man, there was a Karen that came on that she was like, oh, I just got done wearing a paper mask. She's holding up the paper mask. I feel dizzy. I feel disoriented. Yeah, it's just...
Like, you should-
Meanwhile, in the next window next to her, they've got a guy suiting up in China that's like putting on layer after layer after layer
Yep.
after layer.
Then there's also the cast members of Disney that
Yeah,
dress up
exactly.
as Mickey. And
When it's 96 degrees outside.
it was 96 degrees outside, and you're under layers upon layers.
I'll guarantee you that woman would be the first one to complain if one of the characters went in too early.
Donald Duck is supposed to be out there at that post for all of 20 hours. He's not supposed to go anywhere.
No, I know. I completely agree with you, Nick. I know it's all completely untrue about you can't. But this was her reasoning. That's what made it even more ridiculous.
Which one?
Oh, it's completely untrue. The masks thing does not prevent you from carrying a gun if you have a permit to do so.
Mm.
No, I know that.
Yeah, doctors have been wearing masks for decades, so why can't people just wear it when they go shopping for 15 minutes?
Well,
Yeah.
exactly. And put your shopping cart away.
Put a mask on, put the shopping cart away. Social distance with each other.
Well, they've just closed the bars back down here in Florida.
Yeah.
Here in Florida. Well, when are you going to a bar lately anyway?
I was planning on going when all this was over.
Well, it's not over yet.
Well, I know that now. I was actually thinking of doing some karaoke a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, were you? Were you really?
I was, yeah.
I bet you were gonna wear a mask too when you went out, right?
Yeah, of course. And then immediately pulled down the mask the moment I started drinking a beer. Like an idiot that I would be.
All right. I think we're getting close enough here.
Trying to hit that.
I'm just getting, yeah. I mean, I'm just getting very noodly with it now.
Noodly.
YouTube question: do you plan a custom Photoshop set with scales and other feathers? Do you plan a? I could. I wasn't really planning one, but I could.
When it comes to
Photoshop.
for Disney movies, do you prefer 2D or 3D animated?
2D. I like 3D, okay, but I prefer 2D.
So every time I hear 3D, I'm always thinking 3D depth. Like, it's to the point where I whenever I'm talking about what other people know as 3D, I just call it CG.
Yeah, there's a lot of people don't know what you're talking about when you say CG.
Which is funny, actually.
There we
CG
go.
stands for computer generated,
Right?
right?
Yeah, you and I know that. There we go. Arrgh.
Yarsh. What do you use for streaming? We are using OBS.
Oh, BS.
OBS. It's also known as Open Broadcast Software. And you just download it, and it is for free. And you can pretty much stream at any quality that you would like. And you can look up different YouTube videos and other places to learn how to operate all this stuff on here, but it's very customizable. You can set up multiple scenes, and it's very, very useful for live streaming or even just recording stuff off your computer.
It is quite nice.
It is quite nice.
Just want to do one more thing or two.
Always.
One more thing. It's always one more thing.
One more thing. Do what I gotta do.
Pow, 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 pow.
rather nicely, doesn't it?
It is that quite
Yeah.
nice.
It is quite nice. I wonder if anybody could even hear me singing that. And there it is. Totally quoting on what I say every time you say one more thing. I just go, and there it is. Just that one more thing might be your catchphrase, and I've only been here about a month or two. Yep, it's. I say just one more thing is right up there with put your shopping cart away.
And there we go.
And there we go. Yep, that's another one. It's there we go. Just one more thing. Put your shopping cart away. Meanwhile,
One more thing should be a drinking game.
Yeah, at the end of the stream, every time he says just one more thing, you have to take a double shot. Consider like the just one more thing finale. Actually, either a double shot or a full shot.
How was the walk?
Wonderfully hot.
I bet it was hotter than hell, huh?
Yes, it was.
We got it's supposed to be 98 degrees here today.
Ugh, no, no. Yeah, I might. I think I might be. I think I might let my Instagram relax for a little bit while waiting for the heat to subside.
There. Just wanted to throw a little pattern on his bandana. Just thought it'd be a little nicer.
I gotta say, pirate beer looks so dope. I think you meant pirate bear.
Well, pirate beer could be pretty dope.
That could be. One sip of the beer and arr, you're off to the sails. Drunk men tell many tales.
Give him a little pattern here. Little patterns. There. What you think?
I like it.
What you think there?
I think it looks great.
You think it looks great?
I think it looks. I think it looks pretty. What advice will you give to those people who want to be an animator?
Don't get the COVID. Draw. You want to be an animator? Draw. You know, if that's a 2D, if you want to be a 2D animator, at the very least, understand those animation principles. Get in there and study that. That's the biggest thing. You know, animation isn't just moving something around. It's understanding physics and understanding character, and you want to bring a character to life. You don't want to just move it. And that's where the art begins. Is understanding that and being able to do that. To bring these characters to life and to have your viewer forget that they're looking at an animated character, and instead, they're looking at something living and breathing. Woody and all the other Toy Story characters, those are living, breathing characters because of the great animation, and Buzz Lightyear is a real character because of the work that went into it. That's what you want. One more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing. Yes.
What I gotta do.
There we go. Got it.
You got it?
Done. Got it.
Got it?
It's done, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Did you sign your name? Did you save?
Not
Did you
yet.
save the file?
Hold on. There we go. Give them a little bit of glow outside there. All right.
Right.
There's our bear pirate. Whoever came up with this suggestion, I like it.
Woohoo!
Actually, you know what I could use? I could use my my dry brush. That's even better. Let me get rid of that. Use that dry brush to get some texture. There we go. All right, well, there we go. Mickey.
Woohoo!
Gosh.
Have you ever talked to Jeffrey Katzenberg during your Disney days? And if so, was he like what everyone says he is? I don't know what everyone says he is. I got to know Jeffrey. I've actually been to Jeffrey's house, and when I was leaving, I was at one time when my contract was up with Disney, and I was thinking about going to DreamWorks. I went over to Jeffrey Katzenberg's house, and we talked about what some of the things I could do while if I went over to DreamWorks. So yeah, I've met him, and he was, I don't know what everybody says, but he was nice with me, and I met him, during the Disney days too, and he was always very nice. He was quite nice.
Great page.
Like this, make this feel like brushed brass, kind of scuffed. There we go. Give everything a little rough look to it. There. What do you think, Dustin? Our little, oh, you know what? Oh my gosh.
One more thing.
One more thing.
It's what I gotta do.
You forget to sign it or something?
No, I got to get some brighter highlights on the on that snout.
On that schnauzer?
There we go. There we go. So I'm going to hit the road here, but I want you guys to remember that we've got free and very deeply discounted courses at our website at creatureartteacher.com. Plus we've got $1 Photoshop brushes and just all kinds of really cool stuff. If you go over to creatureartteacher.com, you'll be able to find all that. Our animation course is still free, which has been hugely popular. That has been huge for us, for you guys actually. There we go. Let me get this here. And so yeah, so go over to creatureartteacher.com And you're going to see a lot of really deeply, deeply discounted products over there. I want to do one more thing on here. So don't say a word, Dustin. Hey, you get paid either way.
I don't know.
There we go. There we go. There. So now what I want to do is I want to see if I can hit some really bright. Look, I got a lot of layers here, don't I? Do that, and we're going to put everything into a folder. I'm going to repeat that folder. I'm going to merge that group. Merge that group. Actually, you think I should blur that background? Let me do that. I'm going to blur the background first.
Blur it out.
Filter.
Filter.
Gaussian blur. Let's do 20 pixels. We'll do it like that. Now let's throw that back together. And we'll go layer, merge group. So now I can go in and blur a couple things out if I want. Let's do one thing. Let's go filter, render gallery, tilt shift. I want to just kind of blur out kind of the lower part. Just a touch. Just a touch.
Just a wee bit, George.
There we go. Just to keep the attention up top. And it also feels like it's an more old-timey photo. And then if we come over here, what I'm really anxious to see is if I grab my my soft round. Yeah, see, now that I got this fast computer, Nick, it doesn't delay when I use my soft round to push things out of focus. I can play with my depth of field here and not have any problem.
Clever.
Because this computer is fast.
Computer.
See any good movies lately? I know you haven't. There we go. See there? And the his little tail I can push into the background a little bit. So everything that comes forward comes into that field of focus. I'm compressing the depth of field. That's what I'm doing by doing this. So it gives them a little extra depth. I also want, while I'm doing this, I want to mention that our membership to our website is at its lowest that it's ever been in 2 years. So if you want to join our website, you have access to everything. That's the cool part of it. And anything that comes out during the time of your membership over the year, any new courses that I put out, you get access to them as well. It's a pretty cool deal. It's the best economic deal we have on the site. There we go. Let me do this. push that saturation. All right. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Do this. I want to go to, how you doing there, Dustin? How you doing over there, Dustin?
Doing good, how are you?
Good, I saw you sleeping. Dustin was sleeping. Yeah, he was sleeping. Caught him sleeping. Sleeping on the job. How late were you up, Dustin?
Pretty late.
All night? You knew you had today. You knew you had to get up and do a live stream at 9 o'clock.
I was just so wide awake because I was so happy for this puppy.
So you messed around on it all night.
Yep. I edited the Osprey video all night.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
You edited the Osprey video all night.
Yes, I did.
Didn't play any games.
I started on it at around 3 o'clock, and I rendered it out at around 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh. Let me turn this off and on. I think I like it better without the burn-ins.
Yes, do you ever consult on computer build?
I do every once in a while.
But I haven't really been part of like an actual, like actually building one in quite a while, so.
All right. I think we're there. Should I put a grunge on there? Probably needs a little grunge. A little grunge texture. That would
I
be.
think give it a try.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is a pirate bear.
Yeah. I've got grunge somewhere. I just can't remember where it is. Creature grunge, grunge. Creature grunge, grunge bone. Leather grunge,
Grunge.
creature grunge.
Grunge everywhere.
What was this one? Oh, it was that one. Oh, that was that grunge. Where's the grunge? There we go. No. I want this one.
No, you stop it.
Stop it. That feels kind of cool like that, eh? Getting that little grunge texture in there.
Yeah.
Feels like an old-timey photograph.
Old timer.
Let me just, take out.
Davy Crockett,
Yes, sir?
king of the wild frontier.
There. Let's clean out some of the areas I want to clean up. There we go. There's our guy. Oh, let me shine it. I gotta shine it.
One more thing.
Yes. One more thing. Gotta make this normal. All the opacities 100. Do this. There it is, folks. There's our pirate bear. You guys wanted a pirate bear? We got you a pirate bear. Should he have smoke coming out of his gun? Well, we've already kind of done all that. Kind of been there, did that.
Already did all the. Yeah.
Just a.
Okay, it's fine.
I've got a smoke brush, so let's just
Give
Let's
it a
just see real quick.
try. Give it a shot. Do it.
Like that. What do you think? Oh, let me blow it up. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Try.
What?
Maybe lower
Or-
the opacity a little bit on it.
How about this? I want to try one other thing.
Una mas.
What if we went the other way? No. I was thinking a little swirl around, like he just pulled up into the. Probably no, eh?
No.
Me no likey.
Me no like he.
I do like. Whoops. I like this one. Nice and subtle.
Nice and easy.
Oh, easy. All right, there it is. Oh, I didn't even save it yet. Pirate Bear. Nick watched Eurovision last night. It was and thought it was. I watched.
Will-
I love that movie.
Really?
I loved it.
The Will Ferrell movie?
Yeah, did you watch it?
No.
It's awesome.
I don't know why, but I tried watching even the trailer. I was like, eh.
You got to watch the movie. The trailer is just them singing.
Yeah.
It's like a video. That's just a tiny little part of the movie. You got to watch the movie. It's really funny. They take it very seriously.
So good.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. It's typical Will Ferrell, but it's
He's
great.
singing the songs too.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure I'll be singing along too.
All right, everyone. So here is our character. I'm going to roll it around a little bit. There's our pirate bear. He was fun.
Yeah.
He was fun to draw. So there's our character with a little monkey. My monkey. You want to touch my monkey?
You monkey. You crazy monkey.
There it is. Pirate bear. Arr.
Pirate bear.
It drives me nuts. All right, you guys.
He's going.
Remember, go over to creatureartteacher.com. We've got a lot of great deals over there. Either free or deeply, deeply discounted courses, Photoshop brushes, all kinds of great stuff. And we will be back again on Friday. Where we hopefully will have more information about some of our upcoming events that we've announced. And so Nick and I are going to make it a point to get through that. But today, thank you so much for the suggestion. The Pirate Bear was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. And next time we will. I'm not sure what we're going to do next time, but hopefully it'll be awesome.
It'll be something very interesting.
Yes, and informative.
And very informative.
But once again, go to creatureartteacher.com and you're going to find all kinds of great art instruction and Photoshop brushes and all kinds of cool stuff. So go out there, put some beauty back in the world, put your shopping cart away. You know, I found myself getting so angry this week on Facebook. I just get, I'm always preaching about put some beauty back into the world, make someone else's life better. And I succumbed to the Facebook anger and just went off. It just went off. I need to get away from Facebook or something for a little while. I succumbed to it. So I got to preach. I got to practice what I preach and put some more beauty back in the world and be nice. So I'm going to try to make an effort to do that this week. And I hope you guys do too. And I will see you on Friday.
Sounds
Yes,
good.
Friday.
Wear a
Take it-
mask.
Wear a mask. Take it away, Dustin.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in any wildlife photography for any of you guys that are new here, you can check out my Instagram over at Dustin_Blaze on Instagram, and I post a new wildlife photo each day. Again, that is Dustin_Blaze. And also over at CreatureArtTeacher.com, I do sell reference photo packs, and there are 3 of them at the current moment, and all together it is 650 photos of gators, common egrets, otters, so many others. And I really hope you guys check those out, and hope you guys enjoy those. And so until next time, be safe, wear a mask. Love you guys. Until next time, Cowboy Bebop. Later.
Bye.